Hey everyone, today's 16th of October 2022. Sitting down looking at the charts, getting a trade plan together for Globex. Starting off with the monthlies, you can see every yellow line here on this candle, that's the POC. So I hadn't completed this POCs all the way to the swing low. So I went ahead and done that. Yeah, hopefully we can stop the slide, but it doesn't look like we're gonna stop really anytime soon. Just recently, this past couple, well, on this monthly candle here, uh, we did find a little bit of support off of the July candle. Okay, July of 2020, July of 2020 up here, July of 2020. So we found some buyers there, but look where the monthly POC is. It's at the bottom, basically at the bottom of September's candle. So volume, the selling volume just the volume, concentrated volume is on the downside. So right now, on the monthly, we have broken, look, we peaked down below the September of 2020 candle. Um, and our next, you know, you just see the levels here. The orange lines are monthlies. Uh, Blue is weekly. So see where we're at on the monthly. Let's take a look at the weekly. So on the weekly, all right. Well, let's do the same. Okay, let's a cluster of POCs. I will usually draw a zone like this right here. You see, we had three POCs, so I'll just actually make that a whole zone in and of itself. Um, and now here, the puncture through it, but people say, "Hey, once the zone's been touched once or twice, um, you know, take off the zone." But I can tell you, and you can see in a couple previous videos, or one of my previous videos, that those zones actually come back into play, especially on these higher time frames. Yeah, I got it. If you're looking at a 30-minute zone, and you got something marked up, and if price touches it a couple times, yeah, I mean, I can see where that zone may be invalidated. However, these monthly and weekly um, and daily, actually, to be truthful, points of control are, I have found a value in keeping them on the chart. So what I'm going to do is continue to mark. Obviously, I'm just heading down again. I'm heading down toward the swing low. Um, it's just having a map. Right? Let's see. This right here. We'll mark a zone also because there are two POCs right here together, two monthly POCs together. So let's get that one marked up. And that looks like July and August. Let's see. Uh, let's see. June and July. June and July. see. 20. 2020. Okay. While we're here, let's go ahead and yeah, in 2020 we had these POCs work together. Here, let's go ahead and mark these up so we know what we're looking at when we get over to the 5-minute, 15-minute chart. You know what we're coming into on that time frame, right? So let's do this. So roll this together. So all right, so we have our weekly. Right now we're caught up on the weekly. And how are we looking? So while we're here, let's take a look. How are we looking? Let's see how the daily lows have been. Previous video, this was a target, these daily lows. And see, we definitely took that out. Right. Got an equal daily low here. Let's take that out as well. So the idea a lot of times is to look for these daily lows, or excuse me, equal lows, whether they be like daily, weekly, or monthly. And especially now, at this time that we're in, it's pretty safe to target to the downside these lows. So we have our weeklies marked out, weekly POCs marked out. We have our monthlies marked out. All right, let's go to the dailies. So we have our monthlies in orange, weeklies in blue, and our dailies in yellow. All right, how are we looking on the daily? So the pink was like a real strong confluence. So on the dailies, how are we looking on the day? So going to look for this weekly points of control, right? This little cluster here. We're going to look for that to hold support. But we're broken market structure, broken structure here, and just the downside. So we're looking for a range, looking for it to base. That's what I'm looking for it to actually just really base out, but it's such a strong daily engulfing, or not, excuse me, not engulfing, but just a real powerful bear bar daily. I really pay attention to the daily POCs since I do trade Globex. I look for 10, 811, 10,811 to be resistance. Okay, so I'm going to wait after Globex opens and see if price can hold, can target, 10, 8, 11. That's the ceiling right now. So I'm going to put that as a white line. That's my ceiling tonight. last session POC. Or nah, it won't be last session. Actually, yeah, I apologize. Yeah, last session POC. Well, it's not last session POC. It's because last session POC is here. At basically 11,000. But I am looking for this POC. Yes, I know it's, again, like I said earlier, I know it's been tested. I know it's been uh, touched and all that, but still important. I find value in it. So I'm just going to put session POC. Okay. So right now I do look for price to continue into the July POC. That's what I look. That is my bias to, as Linda Raschke says, to kind of eat the wick. So it's bearish all around. That's what I look for. However, if that does not happen and price does reach back up above 10, 8, 11, if we are able to do that, then I would target 9, 10, 9, 89. So 180 points there. You have these POCs here. Again, I do find value in previous POCs, especially if they are close. So right in the middle of that range, 10,895-ish, we have those POCs. So I would definitely look to that area as an area of importance. So let's do the same thing that we do on monthlies and weeklies. We have a cluster, we have a confluence of POCs. Let's go ahead and get them marked out on the chart. So run into it, we can be mindful what's going on. So that'd be if we hit 10, 8, 11, 50, and we might run into some resistance. These daily POCs, I think the target would be, see, we have another two POCs here together. We can just do the same thing. We can leave our line, but also mark our zone. Zones indicate that there are more than one. So we have a confluence now of a couple POCs. That's where I would look to target. Anything, above that, there's more POCs here. These are now yellow. It's a big stretch. It's a big stretch. Let's put a line. Yeah. Those are close. Those are dead on close. But these are, can't be making them 100-point zones now. Come on. 118 to 190, a 70-point zone. And we can be mindful that there's going to be, resistance there possibly. See how we did here? See how these are all real close? That's why there's a zone here. So, and these two are close as well. They really, if you're trading Globex, it just really, it really helps me. That's for sure. So we have 310 and we have 324. That's acceptable. 14-point range. 14 points is, especially on the NQ, is acceptable. not going to do a 30, not going to do a 55-point range. Not going to do that. So what will we do? Let's put a zone, put a line, which does mean the zone, of course, right? So here, all right. Now we've touched it. So honestly, though, I mean that's on the way up. If we get above 10, 8, 11, um, momentum would take us to at least 10, 8, 90 and get above that, test it again and up to 1100. But right now, because of the candle, everything, thing, I say we go down. I'm looking for 10, 5, 69, 50 to be um, touched. So, all right, that's my POC level. So let's go into the profiles. What's the volume telling us, right? So, and when you've got lines on the chart, look, there's 200 points here. Look at this, 200. There's 200 points. So you're not going to be, you're not going to be trading. There's going to be a bunch of lines messing with your candles. These are, look, they're increments of 200 points. So they're going to be separated. Where are we at? How are we looking on the volume profile? What kind of shape is the volume profile right now on the monthly? So our distribution, I'm sorry, is down at the bottom. POC is down toward the bottom. The volume profiles peaked below the July 20th point of control. Acceptance was there. So I think that was a probe, and I think we test this low again. So we have filled in this area. This low volume node has been filled in this month. We have all this area here is low volume. But we haven't marked out. There are yellow zones here. So, all right, let's look on the weekly. This is volume profile month. Daily candles. So let's volume profile weekly. Okay. Daily candles as well. We can switch over to a get 1 hour candles. We can do whatever, but give us a little bit more granular capture of the weekly profile. So we have this zone here on the hourly. Dead. We have this zone here that more than likely the volume's going to be filled in here. We have that P-shaped profile, so really just a matter of getting that volume filled in, that weekly volume. Now this is weekly. Remember, the blue's weekly, and then just coming down. These are hourly candles right now, so we might range a little bit right here. I definitely look for, again, I do look for us to come back into the blue zone. So, all right. That's volume profile weekly. We're on a P-shaped profile. So that's what we're batting against for last week, was a P-shaped profile. So see what this week turns into. This week might turn into a B-shaped, Bravo-shaped profile. Let's go into the daily. Right, daily double distribution. Right where our last session POC is. We have the low volume node. Definitely look for price to stall there if we do get going on the bullish side. I definitely expect price to stall right here during that zone. So that's a good spot. The confluence there. So on our daily profile, actually, we did break above Thursday's profile. So this is the 15-minute. Go back to the hour just to capture more time. But see that we did rise above it. We filled in this low volume area here from Thursday that was filled in on Friday. So the POC is all the volume is toward the beginning, the bottom of this candle. So but it's it's almost in line with Wednesday's POC. So we came down. POC is up. Definitely sold off down. So we're in an area of balance here. Somewhat balanced. Volume area high. Value area high. Value area high. Value area high. It's almost equal. Actually, it is equal. So we're back in balance in respect to value areas for the week. Singular daily profiles. The last session is in line with the first session of the week. So is this just a drop base then drop? Is that what we're looking at? We just have to wait to see what the chart tells us. So then I go into for shits and giggles. I actually have everything on one chart. Daily, weekly, and monthly profiles all at once. So this is ES. I don't get to trade ES that much. So candles will pop up. There they go. So I can see everything in real time. I don't trade like this, but this is more of a overall view, kind of like a snapshot, all in one snapshot where we're at. So go back to my plane. This is what I trade off of, and I do go into the look again at the dailies. Let's get a trade plan typed up here. So on the month, we're halfway through the month. This is where we're at on the month. Okay. On the week, we're bouncing off that area here, but we're still selling. Daily, if we're below a POC, I look for the next POC for Globex. That is my way of doing business. So the next POC does fall down into and there's a couple of them here, but we'll take the first so 10.624, probably 25 since it's a quarter. It's a NASDAQ, right? So they do operate on quarters, 25, 50, 75, and even, called the roundy. that from Signet, from well, not from Signet. So I actually look for, we're looking for short, again, based how we open. Right now, if we open to the downside, we'll be looking to target 10,625. 10,625 is my target. Where are we at right now? It's 100, and it's over 100 points that we could potentially hit. Of course, the tip, the bottom of this wick here is 10,480, so 10,479.50. So what news is there for us to buy? What news is here? What would make the market want to buy right now? You know, the buys are only so the institutions, if there's buying, it's only so the institutions can get in a good short position and take a short again. That's all it is. Market's down. I mean, just look. You gotta just sell high. Sell high. Really feel. Again, going base the execution on what the chart tells us. That we have a lot of volume here that we found buyers or just institutions covered, uh, people covered in this area. They were short. So I think we head back into that zone. Trading plan NQ. So 5 MNQ contracts. If we open, depends on how we open. I really don't. If we open to the downside, I'm targeting these, targeting 624. I'm not looking for any longs until we can get acceptance above 10, 8, 11. That means a puncture, a retest of that zone. I want to see it puncture, retest, validate, and then go. We have this area right here. 790 with this candle right here is going to be interesting. We might see 790 touched. And then going down the other way. So trading plan. See how we open. If price gets to this area, look for validation that market is rejecting anything higher than 1081. I'll look for a short at this POC, at this previous session POC. Right, that's where I'm going to look for rejection. I want to take the short from here. From 1081 is where I want to take the short from. If we go up into the downside, I really don't know. Not really a strong area here to. There's not really an entry here on the hourly anyway. Gonna have to wait to enter off structure, but fade it or long it. It's going to have to be off structure, and this sure is not any structure to be trading from. So wait to 10, 8, 11. That's what I'm hoping for. If we gap down, it's probably just a miss. I do feel that we're going to. I do um, believe that we're going to hit 10,624. See a good hourly candle here, especially if we do create an equal low. That's a later. That's a target for later. So if we can create a nice equal low on the hourly candle, it might be something looking at. But just going to see how it opens. Okay, so I'll be using 5 MNQ contracts, rejection of the 10, 8, 11 area, targeting 10, 6, 24 if I can stay in the trade that long. Let's see, it's there. Okay, well, stay safe, happy trading, and wait for your area to be hit, whatever area that is. My area is the session POC, previous session POC, so that's what I'm going to be waiting on, to go short. Go short at the highs, go long at the lows, if the setup is there. All I'm saying is don't be chasing. This drops, you know, trying to get in short here. I don't know. However you want to do it. Happy trading.